Yeah, so this is me thinking aloud. From when I was a little girl up until now, I hear stories like this man's wife bought a house and hid it from him. He never knew anything about it. This man has assets that he can't tell his wife about. This man or this woman will tell you that she can never touch her husband's phone. Her husband's phone is a taboo. His password is like the code to a bank that has a big amount of money. And in my head, I'm like, what's going on, right? Severe trust issues between husband and wife. You know, people. Hello, beautiful people. You're most welcome to Footprint with MFL. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Here we talk about women empowerment, we talk about faith and family, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about culture. So thank you so much for being a part of this family. If you're coming back, if you're new here, man, you're welcome. Thank you for clicking. Thank you so much. I love you already. So today, I just want to ask you this question. Can a marriage exist without trust? Is it even a possibility that you bear the risk of marrying somebody that you don't trust, right? This might seem like a trivial question because you would think that most couples trust each other, but it's unfortunate that the trust in most marriages is selective. So as I always say, right, marriage for me is a covenant because I'm a Christian. For Christians, marriage is a covenant. And if we're talking about covenant marriages, there is no covenant that can exist without complete trust. I'm not saying that the trust just happens before you get married. No, trust is built over time. But the goal should be, I want to be able to trust my partner enough, to know that, this person I'm living with has my back anytime, any day. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, about couples and strange trust issues. So the yardstick of every kingdom marriage or every covenant marriage, one of the yardsticks is trust. Yeah. But there's so many married people who have funny trust issues, and they're like, I love you enough to marry you, but I don't trust you that much, And God be just laughing like, are you serious? You're taking serious vows here and you're telling me you don't trust this person? Because you might not say it with your mouth, but he knows what's in your heart. He knows that you love the person, you're attracted to the person, but you don't trust them that much. Okay, we're human, it's possible, right? So the trust will come over time. But some people just know that I'm getting into this, but this is only how much I can trust. I can't trust beyond this line. So people have already drawn that line even before they get married. So there's already that block in their heads. So while they're in their marriage, there is no way they can trust their partner to a certain extent. And I am like, woo. So this is really happening. So you trust me enough to swear and sign in for a lifetime covenant with me, but you don't trust me that much. I don't understand it. This is a lifetime covenant. So you trust me enough to sleep on the same bed with me without worrying that I'm going to stab you at night, but you still have doubts if I am for you or if I'm on your side. Humans. Only God can understand us. So you trust me enough to eat from the same pot with me. Sometimes I serve you even when we are fighting, even when I'm mad at you, and you eat that food without worrying about poison. But you can't trust me with your phone. Who? Are you serious? God. So you trust me enough to be naked, completely naked before me. And without worrying that I might take pictures and blackmail you. Some couples actually sleep naked. And they're not worried that their partners can take pictures of them and publish it. Because this is the era of publishing naked pictures. So you trust them enough to be naked before them. For some people, nakedness is sacred. You're naked before someone, but you don't trust them. I don't understand it. We humans are very tricky. So you trust me enough to marry me, but you don't trust me enough to give me your phone password. And you don't even allow me to touch your phone. It's abominable. right? The chains we humans tie around our necks. Some people's passwords to their phone is like the password to a big safe in the bank. You can't even begin to understand it. And I'm wondering, why the mystery? So you trust me enough to marry me, but you cannot trust me with money. Wow. Maybe rich people will say, oh, I can't trust you with my money. I made all of this money myself and all of that. But it still doesn't make sense, because if we have to plan together, we have to be able to trust each other to talk about money, projects, and businesses. So you don't want to talk about money. You don't want to talk about projects. You don't want to talk about businesses. But you married me. How are we supposed to work together? Two cannot work together except they agree, for God's sake. Money na waiting. Where you go carry your heart, put up the grand cargo, Abba. So you trust me to do all of these things with me, to sleep in the same bed with me, to eat my food, to marry me and sign a lifetime covenant, but you don't trust me with money, ordinary money. My brother, you trust me with your life, oh, but you don't trust me with money. Ah, my dear sister, you trust your husband so much to do all of these things with him, but you cannot trust them with your money. That's why God says that his ways can never be our ways. Because if I tell you that I understand, I don't understand, because we humans, we are more than a handful. We cannot be vulnerable with each other as a married couple, but we are married. I'm like, man, you got married because you want to be dependent on each other. People who don't want to be dependent do not marry. They don't. So all of these half measures, you could have just kept to yourself. Marriage is not for everybody. We humans don't even seem to know what we want in this life, you know. Marriage is not meant for everyone. You did not have to marry if you have these strange trust issues, selective trust issues. You did not have to marry. You would have just stayed single, man. Because covenant marriage requires trust, not just love. How do you even love somebody that you're not willing to trust? Because like I said, trust does not just happen. It builds over time. And sometimes mistakes will happen and the trust will dwindle, but you find a way to build it again, because marriage is all about trusting each other. That is the only way that the two become one. That's why it's said the two become one. It's not only by intimacy or love making that you become one. It's trust that makes you to become one, because you know what your partner is thinking to an extent. When this and that is happening, you know how they'll react. You know what they are planning. That is trust. That is intimacy. That is the two becoming one. Marriage is not meant for everybody. You don't have to get married without the right knowledge and you're traumatizing your partner through life. If you know so you know go fit, please stay single. Stay single. Kingdom marriage is not for everyone. It's not for everybody. You don't have to do it. Why sign a contract or a covenant freely without duress, but you cannot keep to the terms of the covenant? In a real marriage, there are no taboo subjects. In a real marriage, people build trust, not boundaries. That's how the two become one. In a real covenant marriage, there is no my house, my money. There are no trust issues. There's just respect for each other. We have to stop messing around with the concept of marriage, my dear people. We have to do better. Please, let's try to build happier families. Please, let's try to make the world a happier place by making families happier. Marriage seems to be the most attacked institution in our world today. That's why we have so many children who are struggling with brokenness, and they become broken adults, and the evil cycle goes on and on and on. Please, let's be more intentional about marriage. Families are breaking up every day because of wrong foundation, because of lack of trust, because of mutual selfish interest. Because of selfish interest, not mutual interest. If you could just have mutual interest and trust, lots of things would be easy. Please, let's build better marriages, better homes, better families. Else, you cannot see now, but the world will be doomed without real beautiful families. We are going to be doomed. The generations to come will be doomed. Every married person should be giving in all of it, 100% of what they can, to make their homes a happier place. Marriage is too heavy for one person to carry. I say this all the time to those who care to listen. You cannot allow your partner to do all the work. Please, make an effort. Please, please, this is a clarion call. A clarion call to all those who are married, to all those who plan to marry. This is a sincere appeal. Please, let's do better. Marriage, no be joke. Our families need to be happier places so that our world can be happier place, and our world can have more balanced people, because true balanced people are raised as children in happy and peaceful homes. Let's work together. Husbands, wives, give in your all. Cut down on the selfishness. Work together as much as possible. Follow the principles of covenant marriage, because God created marriage and He knows exactly what He wanted for it. If we could just go back to our Bibles, if the churches who celebrate weddings could just rewrite some of these covenants and try to teach people, more about the terms and conditions of what they are signing up for. Please, let's be more intentional. Let's do better. Our world needs happier families. Yes, our world really needs this. Thank you so much for staying to the end. God bless you. God bless your family. I pray for all those families that are struggling today, that God is going to visit them and that the Holy Spirit will flush out everything that is that hindrance in their family. And please, let's pray for families. We need happier families. God bless you all. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta! Love you. Please like, comment, share,